Okay, we're missing a piece of evidence. No one's here today. Not even Miss Starr.
Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are.
But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m.
Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case.
But instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty.
Hang in there, Lana.
I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Alright. Nope.
Wait, no, you're right. I'm just reading, going off what the guide says, so now we just gotta go to the prosecutor's office.
Oh, you got it. Not a problem. Edgeworth! How you doing, buddy? I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet.
There he is! It looks like he's writing something.
What are you doing here?
He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Hey, mind if I see what's on the floor? Tough day in court, huh?
I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me?
Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you.
That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings.
So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day.
Well, first and foremost, I'm starting to get a little hungry. Brian, would you be a kind dear, and while I figure this out, you grab dinner?
Yeah. That way you can also get food too?
Well, you should, but you need to eat dinner. You need to dinner. But you need to not snack on chips when you need to. Well, then I'm hungry. I know it's empanadas, so I'm hoping. But I just want to make sure I eat. That way we can keep going.
I'll cover for Edgeworth, okay? Alright, so, hold on. Where's that paper you threw on the floor? I wonder what he was writing before.
Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look.
Are you crazy? Edgeworth, this is right there!
Just distract him. I'll check it out.
Hey, Edgeworth. You like chess? Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground! Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing, crawling around my feet. He didn't even look.
What? Letter of...
If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died.
But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault!
I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been adjustable. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. No one else should forgive me either. Oh, I think he's serious.
Mr. Wright! Please, you have to do something!
This letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Oh, look! Probably use it on his puppy.
He wanted to proceed his war. Why does he leave it on the couch?
Yeah, you'd think he'd want to show the thing off more than that giant steel samurai. What is it?
This is the King of Prosecutors Award, right?
Of course it is. You know that.
I saw something that looked like this somewhere.
Something that looked like that?
Yeah, only different. Now, where was that?
She's right. Something's amiss here. Maybe I should show Edgeworth right. Edgy boy. Edgy boy. Edgy boy. I'm not gonna... Edgy boy. Edgy boy. Talk to me. Talk to me. You know, it wouldn't hurt if you put this up somewhere, like on a shelf. It has no meaning for me anymore. What do you mean? Anymore? That's who I was last year. What good is it to dwell on the past?
He's asking me?
He's asking me?
Why can't he just accept it graciously? Actually, something's been troubling me about the shield. Look, do you notice anything different? Yeah, don't you remember? The other shield in the court record?
I guess I'd better present the other shield. Okay, fair enough. Hey, Edgeworth, take a look at this picture. Look at this graph! This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was Looks like this was taken when he received the King Prosecutor's Trophy.
Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me.
Yes?
The trophy Mr. Marshall's holding. It's a little different than yours.
Yes, you're right. I remember. Remember what? That was the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design.
A story?
Contra, what? This reward originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you ever heard this story? Me? Oh no, you sure? Everyone knows that! Why did you tell them? For Emma's sake. Very well.
My turn.
Okay. You mind taking over so I can shove food in my mouth?
Thank you, love.
Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Wonder if that's true. Oh, I see. So the chip shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion. Even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. So did I.
Right?
That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. It's almost like it was related to a murder case or something.
I don't know what you're talking about!
Chief Gant. Updated. 2 years ago, the halberd was removed at Gant's behest, given its current form.
Would you like me to take back over, or do you want me...
Take your time, don't rush it, okay?
Alright then, give it back. Unless you want to...
I can keep going.
Okay.
I better not I better not turn around after like 1 sentence and it's already gone.
Okay. Yeah, so Brian's gonna be taking control of the investigation for right now while I stuff food. But I will commentate as needed.
There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to. Nothing I can do to erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error. My responsibility as a prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Ain't nothing but a bad thing. Wait, and fuck! I ruined the joke, I'm sorry! Ain't nothing but a heartache. You know what I mean?
We got it.
Why does it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First last year's trial, and now this one. Seems all you do is worry about me.
You know, we can't help it, Edgeworth. You're just a lovable boy.
To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. But that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? A list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture? Something seems strange about it.
Oh, plenty of things are strange.
I assume you showed the picture?
Yes, it was the shield.
Which is what led to this one?
Yes.
Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because he rewarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning and then drove over to the police department.
You finished up at the office?
Yes, just odds and ends. Clerical stuff.
Okay, yeah. I'm good. I can hold off of that. My belly's low.
I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back.
Take something back?
This.
You know, the bait.
Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he?
Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office.
Yeah, so 100% that was bait. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to?
That's right.
Yeah, he planned because he knew the body was going to be in Edgeworth's car. So he needed Edgeworth to go back to the office. Alright. I don't think I can really present anything to you. We already showed off the fact that, yeah, the sword thing needs to happen. So I think we're good to go back and give a certain gumshoe a certain letter of resignation. Unless I have to press about the resignation.
No, we're good.
Just wanted to see if there's any, like, things on it. Mill. Alright. Edgeworth? I love you. We're gonna solve this. I'm gonna go fuck off. Yeah, he was he was trying to frame Edgeworth. Or at least put Edgeworth under hot water.
Excuse me.
Oh, shit, hi. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef?
I'll take it.
Cooked or uncooked?
Considering it looks rare, I'd say pretty raw.
Miss Star, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are a curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk.
Must have been one fucking freak. Like, let's be real, how else would it have happened?
Fair. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial has been involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence of the case was due for transferal. This can't be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. I could beat you in the head, and that way there'd be no witness at all. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Star's hatred towards all dates back to 2 years ago. What, did she steal your position? Did you feel betrayed at the fact she didn't want to be a detective or something like that? Did you have the hots for her or something?
Never.
Okay, yes, no, straight up. Like, dark investigation. The fact that you were involved in it and that you failed to produce anything worthy of bringing up into the case file? Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. For being a cough-up queen, we certainly didn't get him to cough up anything. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell.
You mean because of his brother's death?
They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her. Lana Skye.
My sister?
The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Lana
And Chief Gant!
Yeah, you trailed the fucker for half a year, and you couldn't find anything on him?
That's suspicious.
That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out.
You mean with the forging of the evidence?
Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Well, again, I'll be that cunt. Maybe if you all did your jobs a little better and found something after tailing him for half a fucking year, maybe we wouldn't have had to fucking evidence. I don't know. Is that just me? Am I crazy? You tail the fucker for half a year, you figure something would drop. But no, then you get pissed off that evidence was manipulated, even though all of you can clearly agree Joe Dark deserved it. Y'all. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret.
But you don't have proof anything illegal was done!
I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us, save Goodman, were relieved from our duties. Well, wait, what, you were a witness to one of the deaths? Were you a witness? Why didn't you testify? Were you involved in one of the cases? Why didn't you testify? If you were proof enough, why didn't you testify? Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor.
Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor.
Nothing's quite as simple as it appears.
Huh?
Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter.
She was being used?
Now hold on, that's legendary note. Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation, with Lana as second in command. They were the best.
They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they?
Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He'd produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he'd handled.
Incredible evidence? You mean...
Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared to confront him, though.
I take it she's talking about foreign evidence.
Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her.
Really?
Oh, yes. Myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked, and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake.
Mr. Marshall.
When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever have recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating.
The star.
That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? I mean, with all y'all being a bunch of fucking cocks about evidence and shit, no fucking wonder.
And for that I bequeath a boot to the head.
And one for Jenny and the Whip. Lana transferred to prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence.
Chief.
That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office.
What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred?
If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. Oh, I see what's going on here. Lana wanted to be a prosecutor, sure. There's no denying that Lana herself wanted to be a prosecutor. But selling her soul, Gant forged the evidence. And she used it not only to protect Jake, but also to protect her sister. But now that she's used false evidence, she essentially is under Gant's control. So she was played like a pawn, even though she did kind of get what she wanted. Alright. That must have been his goal all along.
But how can he control Lana?
I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. Well, maybe if you put two brain cells together and make them like a good dinner like you supposedly are like to in Lunchland, maybe you'd realize if she was being used as a pawn, maybe, just maybe, she had little to no fucking choice. Maybe she had to be cold on the fact that, yeah, she had no choice because she sold her soul to kind of help out the man that she clearly had feelings for, or at least some case like that, and protect her sister. But no, you want to be a little cunt about it. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last. Finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Why does it remind me how police were able to catch the Zodiac killer because they were tracking the wrong guy? It's easy enough to figure out who owns a vehicle and witnesses to vehicular manslaughter, unless it was done in the middle of the forest.
I mean, of course they were tracking the wrong guy. They clearly should have been going for the Texas Senate.
Thank you, Star. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Okay. Sure, buddy. We're gonna... well, okay.
Back to criminal affairs.
Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna go. Like, we're gonna go. We're gonna go. Bye.
Oh, you're back.
You're still here?
I gotta make 150 copies of these files.
Who the
Jesus
fuck needs to
Christ.
make 150 copies of files?
Right? Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. What?
You're a DJ as well?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey.
Ah.
Because he rides his desk.
Oh, that DJ.
I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you to the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line.
That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there.
There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind.
Oh no! What's this that fell out of my pocket? I just visited Edgeworth recently, so it must have been something from Edgeworth's office. Surely! Oh no, I hope Gumshoe doesn't see this!
What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious!
Is he ever not serious?
I can't believe they pushed him this far.
Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible.
When I first met him, I thought he was cold as ice too. But I know different now. He stressed that his detectives had provided him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him.
Detective.
That's it. I made up my mind.
But...
Here, take my ID card.
Oh, Gumshoe, you son of a bitch, let's go! We can't do that, someone found out.
He wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report.
Look at me. There's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may be already as good as terminated.
What?
So, at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake.
Alright, detective. Thank you. Alright. Let's see. What did Joe do with the bodies? Time for Phoenix to get in the kitchen. It's more confusing the more you learn because of how, yeah, it's like, this chase is so much more confusing because, like, But what was he even doing in that year? In the half a year? From what I heard of the case, it was like the killers were one day until he turned himself in. No, for it to be considered a serial killer case, he must have hunted down the witnesses. So that's pretty what I'm thinking. But all right, Gumshoe, Godspeed.
I can just imagine like one of these days, whenever he actually has his brain cells just rubbing together, that sounds something like.
Here goes Mr. Wright.
The fact that we can enter in.
We're in. If anyone finds us now.
Detective Gumshoe's a goner.
If that happens, I'm counting on you two to bail me out.
Gumshoe, what are you doing here?
Again. Honey. Honey.
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
You can't keep making the same fucking excuse. I didn't know you could slap a ghost.
Ghosts should not be able to be slapped in the first place.
Yeah, let's just get a boot to the head.
And one for Jenny in the whip. Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that?
I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too.
If you're here, then what's the point of giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket.
Why? Hey, don't do that to my card.
I don't know why we did that. I don't know why we did that.
Now,
I don't get it.
Now he is just
okay,
like,
Phoenix, I need you to give me 2 of your brain cells. Phoenix, thank you very much. Gumshoe, take 2 brain cells. Because apologies for your crushed card. And also the slap in the face. And also a boot to the head. And one for Jenny in the whip.
But I just looking at his card and the broken, rumpled up card in his hand like,
Oh, shit!
I hardly ever get a chance to come in here. So I'm gonna have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now.
We're all in this
I knew you were gonna fucking do that.
together. I was in High School Musical on stage. Don't blame me.
You really do want to get fired, don't you?
No!
Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out.
I've got a bad feeling about this. All right, we gotta move. Come on. Nope. All right. Question mark number 1. This is the real deal, isn't it? It's a weapon and these armors and these weapons.
Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations.
First the pipe organ, now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room?
What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes.
You
don't
have
even pay
any taxes to pay.
Shh, be careful.
Stealing my line, you know what I mean?
If you're
Shh, be careful what you say. Who knows? He's maybe hiding in this armor as we
I don't think he's fitting there.
Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out.
Cut out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be.
Oh no, we've met him. We know how scary he is.
We should probably talk to Gumshoe first.
We should go. That's us on the other side of the room. Was that your sister's?
Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago.
Is anyone using it now?
No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene.
Nah, that's a strange reason to leave it here.
He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He did also himself at a New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time.
I see.
So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk?
No one except Chief Gant. And the cleaning lady who was in here each morning.
Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Indeed.
Can I ask you something?
No, but go ahead. Sure.
You only came here to look around, right? Because of one of the S9 crime scenes? I mean, that's the only reason for coming here, isn't it?
Yes. Why do you ask?
You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be... No.
Huh?
He probably thinks we're like suspects in this scene, aren't we? No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay, now then let's look around a bit.
Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy.
What? What is it?
When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that.
We don't got the time. Gant could be coming in at any moment, dude. Motherfucker, we do not have time for that ifs, ands, what's, or buts. Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you?
You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you?
What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him?
Sus.
Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet.
There you go, ignore me again.
We're gonna keep looking around. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
I mean, he pretty much what we think of him.
Just taken on that day 2 years ago.
The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma.
After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here. Then went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later.
Gee, you think? Okay. So I'm assuming this is legitimately the crime scene. This was Lana's desk. That's sure is tidy.
Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner.
There's not even a dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here?
No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of the partnership. They were the stuff legends were made of.
Does he keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime? It probably could be one of both.
Look at that giant window. Makes you want to crash right through it and jump outside.
While Greenbird is playing.
Or there goes my hero.
Oh, this is the 15th floor?
I know, I was just saying, aim for the bushes.
Saying what?
Aim for the bushes. Ever since being a detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that.
Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams and instinctive motions that need to be stopped. Impulsive feelings.
So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired.
Don't say that!
Alright, what am I looking? I'm kind of blinding in the dark. Desk? Is he anything in his desk?
Wow, look at the side of Chief Gant's desk!
Speaking of that, when we were here earlier.
Right, he had a piece of paper.
Oh, it's you, Chief Gant. He put that piece of paper he was reading at his desk. I wonder what he was reading.
This looks like a list of evidence.
A list of evidence?
In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though.
Deja vu.
Hey, look at the case name!
Huh? SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here.
Hold on, detective. What did you just say?
I said, I wonder what...
I said that. Evidence lists, normally they're twice as long.
That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence.
A half-size list of evidence.
List of evidence. Seems too short. Most lists run twice as long.
Deja vu.
I've just been in this place before.
What would the other half of the list be doing here?
I knew it! She must be hiding something about that case!
It would appear so. Evidence list added to the court record. We're just gonna make a copy and put it in our pocket. Don't worry about it! Anything else?
The obvious safe.
Oh yeah, fair. I didn't want to we're not thieves. This is a safe, isn't it?
Safe? A word is ripe with intrigue.
What else would you call it? Okay.
Heidi box?
It looks like a code needs to be entered into this panel to open it.
What kind of code are we talking?
Gee, I wonder what it could be.
A 7-digit number. I think I'm...
Do you know what it is?
I have a feeling as well. Looking at because I needed to know how many numbers were in it to kind of determine. I have a hunch.
Oh, I know. You want to try my birthday? It's...
No. I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. Yep. Why are we entering in the safe? Bingo.
What number did you enter?
Whose birthday was that, pal?
I don't know. Figure it out. 777 777 7777. Final ID card under the record.
What?
A number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day.
You mean 777777? That ID number?
I think you're 17 shy this time. It can only mean one thing. That's the Chief Grant's ID number.
Say, anyone care to look inside?
We shouldn't, but I guess we're gonna commit a felony. Why not? I guess we're gonna commit a felony.
Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away?
$50. You know, the one that he promised you.
Look, it's a...
A shard from a broken cup?
The jar. Those look familiar. Where have I seen this?
There's something else here, too.
This looks like a piece of leather cloth. Leather? This is a handprint, isn't it?
This is a handprint, isn't it?
Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once.
What shirt? Who?
You think the chief made up the design?
No, I don't think so.
No, well, it was just a thought.
Is that it? Is that all that was in the safe?
Apparently so. It's empty now.
A piece of cloth with a handprint on it? And a broken shard from a cup?
They look like pieces of evidence.
Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here.
Alright. Great. Now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident?
Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective.
Well, obviously. Obviously, there is something to show them. First and foremost, would you like to see my face? Detective Gumshoe, did you have another look at this jar?
I remember when the three of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days.
It's kind of early to be nostalgic.
Wasn't this jar a piece of the evidence from that case?
That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it.
Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found?
You mean this one that was in the safe?
Yes, that one. That was in the safe.
There it is! The brain cells are working! They're working hardcore!
Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits.
Fuck it! Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this.
Go ahead, pal. Show us what a Ricky can do.
Totally.
Mr. Wright, here's some glue.
Like, piece this together again. To prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding the evidence. Here goes. Hey. There! It's like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident.
But
Hey guys, get a load of this.
What is it?
This piece you just attached. It's different from the others.
Huh? What do you mean it's different, other than the red marks?
what the hell? There's a reddish line on it.
A reddish line? That's blood.
I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe?
To hide the fact that he uses to bash Dark's head in. Unstable jar updated. Okay. And then I have to prove the fabric. With the handprints on it. Alright, we can use fingerprint stuff. Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this.
Hey, I know what that is. So, you want him to take some fingerprints?
That's a great idea, Detective!
Alright, go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Oh, that's...
What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that?
Go ahead. Take my fingerprints.
It's not your fingerprints we want to take.
Huh?
Come on, this isn't the time for jokes! We're talking about that cloth you found in the safe!
Oh, I know that. The one with the handprint on it, right?
Sir,
Sheesh, where's your sense of humor?
we are literally on a time crunch, my dude! Boot to the head! And one for Jenny in the whip.
Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check out for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. And once they've been absorbed in the prints, blow the rest away.
What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times.
Alright, let's get this over with.
Alright, pick a finger. Let's do this one that seems to be the most dark. Alright, so... I'm just gonna cover the whole thing. Because apparently it likes to be that particular of how much fucking aluminum powder I need to fucking waste in order to get this done. If this doesn't do it, I will call shenanigans. Now, it's not Gant's. Interesting. Could be Emma's.
Oh, no.
Emma, why are your handprints on this? No, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here?
Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints are they?
About that.
It seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints.
Psst, hey you, over here.
That's me.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Psst, hey, you, over here. What's going on here? What are those kids' prints doing inside the chief's safe?
You were paying attention, you son of a bitch. Don't ask me. Just keep this information from Emma for now.
Here, maybe you should answer this.
Thank you.
Well, was I any help?
Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. No, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat?
Chief Gant!
We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in science. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog right into a bowl. That's when I thought of a certain detective.
Do you mean me, sir?
It's time to run. It is time to run. It is time to run. Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Oh, you in the coat.
Me, sir?
Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore.
But, sir...
Now get out.
Yes, sir.
We'll be on our way too then. Wait. You. The one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet.
Me, sir?
I'd like a word.
But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet.
You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Mr. Wright, I am not comfortable leaving a 17-year-old with a grown man by herself without
Nope.
supervision.
Either that's your sex turn.
Huh?
Isn't she 16?
She's 17.
No, Maya was 17.
Oh, Maya was 17. She's 16. Fuck. I really don't feel comfortable leaving a 16-year-old with you.
Look, pal, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you?
Trust me, he's not going to have a job soon, especially when I add him as a pedophile. I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired.
Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it.
Now that I've seen evidence Chief Gant was hiding his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. Or why was she kept eerily silent about it all this time? She's using Emma as blackmail for Lana. Most likely, and I'm willing to bet this, Emma did something. And Lana is now, like, protecting her. Because maybe she did something she doesn't remember what happened.
Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal.
Make sure Emma's okay while you're doing it. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions. So she'll be busy for the rest of the day.
I don't like this.
Yeah, I'm wanting to bet if Emma threw the vase, but Gant used it to kill Marshall. Oh, that's even more diabolical! Gant turned off the lights, Emma panicked, grabbed the vase, smashed it over Dark's head, made Dark go unconscious in the darkness, and then Gant killed Marshall so that he could finally get his evidence. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh no.
I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really, I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Alright, we need to talk, bitch. I have to admit I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. What?
Sorry, I was like looking through Twitter real quick, and it just occurred to me.
Hmm?
This is unrelated, but this is like about Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah?
You know how Ultima kept calling Clive Mythos?
Yeah?
And how he wanted to fuse with him?
Yeah?
Ultima Mythos.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
Yep, Ultima Mythos. Final Fantasy. Mm-hmm. That's when it hit. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so. Because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Hold on, flipping my hair up.
Well, yeah, what else would you be doing this for?
Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask is this person you're speaking of? The one I am supposedly so frightened of. What's this person's name? Take that! Well, Miss Guy? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a little bit more of what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as an individual. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes?
His crimes?
Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically hiding and forging evidence.
Of course, these are serious offenses.
Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned?
Chief Gant?
Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was...
Me.
I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other. Damon Gant.
If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words.
Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. Bitch, I got half a fucking evidence list. I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for it?
Touché, Mr. Wright. So as you surmised, I cannot disobey the Chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder.
Why not?
Come now, Mr. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate.
In the murder of Detective Goodman.
Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day.
I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman.
Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it.
The knife from the SL6 incident. SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife.
I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another.
So, Angel did see something. She did see a stabbing. But it was re-stabbing. Basically, she was stabbing a dead body. That would be Edgeworth's knife.
That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand.
And that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand?
Yes. It seems I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in.
Miss Starr, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly?
It was part of the trophy, wasn't it? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible.
So, you hid Dark's knife?
The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reports would have had a field day with that.
So you wrapped the knife in your scarf to hide it. And Edgeworth's exhaust pipe.
Right. Then I called my sister. To tell her what happened, and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muff.
You asked Emma?
I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this.
That would explain why Emma was so confident
about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day.
A bad feeling?
The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall.
To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him?
The lead investigator for the SL96 had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However,
It seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade on his own.
Oh, you mean...
Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared.
So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room?
Yep. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you.
But Lana...
You've earned my respect, Mr. Wright. Both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago?